You may not actually think about this, but today we're staring at our own faces more than ever before. Lockdown and remote work have meant hours of literally looking at ourselves on video calls, and the longer those video thumbnails stare back at us, well, the more we start to notice things like those wrinkles that seem to be setting in more than ever before. Well, cosmetic doctors and plastic surgeons are reporting a surge in bookings for both surgical and non-surgical treatments following lockdown, and they're calling it the Zoom boom. Well, we have Dr. Lynn Jeffers joining us to break this down, the former president of the American Society of Plastic Surgeons. So first of all, how much more of a boom in plastic surgery inquiries are we really seeing? Do we have any numbers here?
We don't have any exact numbers yet. We do our annual survey usually at the beginning of the year, so we'll at that point get a better idea of what those actual numbers are. However, during the COVID crisis, we actually did do a survey of consumers as well as our physicians just to see what's happening out there. And what was interesting was that our physicians were seeing I think they reported a 68% increase in the number of telemedicine visits they had because, of course, the lockdown, as well as consumers. They were saying that about 49% of the people who had not had any cosmetic procedures were actually interested still in cosmetic procedures.
Interesting. Now, do you think that this can really be attributed to the use of Zoom and video conferencing?
It very well might be. There are a number of factors that might also contribute. So when we started to reopen back up again earlier this year in various parts of the country here, what people were reporting anecdotally was there were more people coming in. We didn't know at that time whether that was just pent-up demand and that this was going to slow down. We still don't know that answer yet. We've also considered the fact that it might be some patients who have told us that they are taking advantage of being able to recover at home, so they could be recovering hidden while either behind their masks or at home because they're working from home.
Well, plastic surgery, as we know it, has changed enormously in the past couple of years. I mean, especially given the non-surgical options. Tell us how these changes have impacted the industry, in your opinion.
Well, the accessibility of having some non-surgical or minimally invasive procedures really increases the ability for everyone to access these procedures. It used to be that plastic surgery was really for the elite or people who could afford it. Nowadays, there are more and more things, including these non-invasive and minimally invasive procedures that are within reach for the average everyday person.
Do you think that it's really a good thing that the world is seeing such a boom in cosmetic procedures? I mean, isn't this concerning for our youth who feel that how they look just isn't good enough?
Well, just like anything else, of course, we as plastic surgeons, when somebody comes in to see me, I want to drill down into finding out why this person is having this procedure. And it really is up to us to try to figure that out. Because as you can imagine, plastic surgery procedures, whether it is addressing a scar that you had from a trauma before, whether it's addressing reconstruction for a breast cancer, or maybe something that you were born with that you've always has always really bothered you. It can either be an empowering decision, or it can be, like you said, something that is more detrimental. And that's our job as plastic surgeons to drill that out and figure out whether this person has reasonable expectations and whether it's the right procedure for them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's true. But again, then we're just seeing so many people now have this easy access to things like fillers, and then what does that say to a young girl who thinks that that's the norm, you know, to get that type of procedure? But Dr. Lynn, thank you so much for joining us.